properties and assets of the city of South.
Thank you. And in your time, were they effectively managed?
Yes, Commissioner.
And they reported to you, your team reported to you?
They did, yes, the team reported to me.
And you oversaw the process and you were satisfied over the years?
Yes, Commissioner, I was satisfied with what the team was doing. I must also mention here that in security, there is a saying that 100% security, it's a myth. Meaning, even if we could have all the sites covered, right, you would always encounter security challenges, break-ins, theft, and so forth and so on. But I must also bring it to the attention of the Commissioner that since 2013 to date, the city has not been able to protect all its assets. It has not been able to protect all its assets. Out of more than 1,000 assets of the city, up until I was suspended in July last year, we were covering almost 545 sites, which means that almost the same amount of assets, right, remained unprotected to date. And the reason, it's always financial capacity, and because with security, you know, you outsource, you need a sufficient budget, and the budget that the city has been making available, all right, has not been able to enable us cover every asset. So we had to prioritize and make sure that those that we think they are of priority are protected around the clock, using private guards. And it's about 3 years, if something of that nature, I'm not sure of the exact date, the city went on and decided to insource security officers. And yes, the number, it's not enough to enable us cover all the sites that the city needs to be covered. I just wanted to bring that to the attention of the Council.
Of the 500 and something odd, were they jointly serviced by the internal security and external, or just only external?
We initially, okay, I would say of the 545, right? If my memory serves me well, it is somewhere in my, 545, we are utilizing private security guards to guard them. And there is some that out of 545 that are being guarded by the what? By in-house. For example, I would confirm, I was just checking here, it indicates that 547, Commissioner, are guarded by private guards, and 127 are guarded by in-house. So almost the same number, 600 and something. It remains guarded to date.
Thank you. On file 2, could you turn to page 397?
Is that which page, Mrs. Kaka? 397. Thank you.
Are you there, Mr. Malachi?
Yes.
This is a report, a handover report that was compiled by Ms. Maroka to hand over the APSS to TMPD.
Yes.
Did you have any input into this report?
I would say not formal input. I would say not formal input, but why I'm saying not formal input, I was not invited by my supervisor then. By the way, in the office of the city manager, I was reporting to Mr. Navapile, right?
Mr.
Navapile.
Navapile.
Yes. So I was reporting to Mr. Navapile. So I do not remember us having a meeting in order to compile or make inputs into into the handing over of, but I would accept that this report represents what was the status.
Now, this is the unit that deals with the assets of the city, which you've accepted that you were part of at management level.
Yes.
So they did not consult you when they were moving it and compiling a report.
They did not consult me. They just told me we are going to move. A decision has been taken by the executive with effect from, they gave us the date, the unit would be going back to TMPD, and that was it. The date came, and we were called to TMPD, and yeah, that was it.
Okay. If you turn to page 400 of this report, (4.3) paragraph 2.
Okay.
I think perhaps it supports what you were saying. It indicates that work rendered by security service provider was not monitored as per service level agreement. And it then says the Tshwane, I think there's a mistake, Metropolitan Police Department does not monitor the deployment of the security personnel at least twice a month as stipulated in the SLAs. What would be your comment to that? Would this report be accurate in this regard or not?
It will not be accurate. It would not be accurate because security service providers were and I believe they are continuing to be monitored at this point in time, unless things have changed since I left office to date. But in the run-up to when I was still in office, monitoring teams are on the ground, monitoring 24/7 deployment of security service providers.
So evidence is that while it's untrue and actually you monitor the sites 24/7
Exactly, that's right.
for 545 sites.
Yes, 545 sites. When I say monitor, I want to bring it to the commissioner that in practical terms, it would always not be easy to cover every site on daily or twice daily or thrice, given the shortage of personnel that are there to conduct this specific function. But we've been doing what we could to ensure that basically the monitoring is in place, and it continued to be in place, which makes me believe that it is still in place, because I wouldn't think of any reason why we cannot have the service providers monitored around the clock, even though, yes, I agree, we wouldn't be able to, what you call, at each and every site, given the shortage of personnel.
Thank you.
Maybe before you move on, if you're moving from this, you see, that paragraph, Mr. Malachi, refers to monitoring reports. That paragraph 2, it says the review of the monitoring reports revealed that the TMPD does not monitor the deployment at least twice a month as stipulated by the SLA. So are you disputing the correctness of this because you've seen the monitoring reports for the relevant period? There are two parts to this paragraph. The one is that monitoring reports say something, and then also that the monitoring doesn't happen twice a month as agreed in the SLA. I'm just trying to understand which part do you disagree with?
Commissioner, I wouldn't with certainty say I dispute what I disagree with what the paragraph is saying, more especially when they are talking twice a month. Hence, as a result of me having said personnel capacity is always the issue, even though the SLA stipulates that monitoring should be done twice a month. Given the size of the number of the sites that we need to monitor, possibilities that yes, somewhere we were not able to reach the target.
So you're not disputing where it says that the monitoring was not happening twice a month as per the SLA agreement. You're not in a position to dispute that. In fact, your explanation is you were short of personnel, so you were not always monitoring. So that part you're not disputing.
I agree.
Okay. Do you know the monitoring reports that are referred to in this paragraph? And is it stuff that you looked at, documents that you would look at? Were they presented to you on a regular basis? Did you look at them? Would you verify for yourself what is contained in those reports?
Yes, I would assume that they are referring to what in the environment we call